Hi guys, can you please introduce yourself and explain when did you debut and where did the name of your group come from?
My name's George. I'm an American. I live in Korea and I play the cello. I lived in Korea for 3 years in Seoul. And when I was in the US, I was living in San Francisco.
I'm Jifan. I'm a drummer. I started from hard rock and heavy metal, but finally I'm installed this band with a little percussion.
Hi, I'm Daewon. I'm the singer and the guitarist in this band, and I'm a singer-songwriter. We debuted last year, 2013, with an album called 유령선, which means ghost ship.
Ghost ship.
We started out just by supporting Daewon's solo act, so it was kind of sort of a singer-songwriter guitarist with some little help from the cello player and a little bit of percussion. And then over the last 2 years, we've started to build songs together, and so we have a more of a cohesive sound that's not just like supporting, but other members play a more featured role. And then where the name comes from is when we first started, we were just playing as Daewon, as his name, and then we had like an interview or something and we were under pressure to get a name, so we just started tossing words together, and finally we came up with this name, which in Korean means monovinyl, like an old album.
Do you write your own songs?
Usually I write songs and then I just bring it to the studio and then we just play again and again and then find some kind of cool ingredients together and then we put them together. That's the basic rule. Sometimes George writes and then...
Yeah, I think that ingredients is a really good analogy. It's like making a dish of food. If you have a lot of tasty ingredients, the dish is probably going to taste good.
Sometimes not.
Right, if you have something that's good, but you put too much of it, maybe it's not good. But so we start with usually one ingredient, like a cello riff or something, or a melody or something, and then we just build the song from that little one piece is the starting place, and then we build the song from there. That's some songs, and then some songs just sort of Daewon writes by himself and brings it to us, and then we just add support to it.
Yeah, but still we build together, so it's our song.
So I was a classical cellist for many, many years. I started playing cello, at a young age, and I was in orchestras and went to music school. And then when I was 32, which is 3 years ago, I decided to try something new, playing in a band. And that move wasn't too difficult. I think with classical music, you get a really strong technical background, so that when you transfer to playing like pop music, technically it's simple. But there's many other difficult things that you need to acquire. Groove and rhythm, and learning to not follow the rules, because classical music is all about following the rules. And then, pop music is more about giving the audience what they want, making something that the audience likes. So that has taught me a lot.
Do you all have specific roles in the group or distinguishing stage personalities? Like, is one of you the most fun person, or is someone else more serious? And in the group, who is the calmest member and who is the cheekiest, most mischievous member?
Interesting.
Who's he?
Jifan, in my point of view, he's got the funniest job, being nice to the audience and then play like monkey toy and looks kind of fun and a lot of
So he's the cheekiest, right?
He's the cheekiest.
Do you know that word?
Don't know.
Cheeky? That's him. He's cheeky. I don't even know the word. That's a British word. Cheeky. I think he's the most cheeky. The cheekiest and most mischievous.
Most what?
Mischievous.
Mischievous.
That's the opposite of serious.
What does it mean, cheeky?
Cheeky
means, like a girl?
No, cheeky means like you get in trouble. You don't listen to your teacher.
Oh,
I
listen to you really well.
No,
I always follow what you guys saying.
And George has got
I'm gonna look up the Korean word. You guys keep talking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find the translation for
and
cheeky.
I think George has got this role. He's got Johnny Greenwood from Radiohead, the guitarist. He's doing that kind of first guitar thing, making every sound, almost all sounds is from him, not the beat. But he's got that kind of serious, sometimes nerdy, sometimes crazy, that kind of role.
건방진.
건방진.
번번스러운.
No, it's not him. Then.
번번스러운.
He's
No?
kind. He's the kindest one
Oh.
on the stage.
Kindest.
Funny and kind is easy.
It still means, I think it's a bad translation then.
Okay.
I'm definitely not the cheekiest. It's
Okay.
definitely him.
Oh.
Jifan is definitely the cheekiest.
Why?
So what am I then?
You're the calmest. No, maybe I'm the most common. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the common one.
Calmest.
Calm.
Yeah.
Calmest.
So we have no cheeky member.
You're the cheeky member.
You are.
No?
Among us three, you're the cheekiest.
From now on.
Yeah, you're the
Okay.
cheekiest
Yeah.
one.
What do you think makes you different from other popular bands?
Actually, we are kind of
We are who we are. That's
But
that's
what
different.
makes the group different?
maybe aging.
Oh yeah, we're a little bit older than a lot of groups when we play in Hongdae.
Yeah, we
We're-
are kind of older.
We're like in our 30s and more.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the groups we see in Hongdae are in their early 20s. So we have that. And our instruments are different, right?
Yeah, instruments are different.
We're completely acoustic.
Yeah. And actually, we play like a wide range of music. Actually, not like one or two style.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So a lot of bands we hear are sort of like Jimi Hendrix impersonators or like Britpop sort of style. This is in Korea, and we don't really have that going. We'll borrow from any style,
Any style with our instrument.
right? With
So,
our instruments, that's
yeah.
the limiting factor.
Actually, the very first time I really wanted to play like a sort of this style, like folkish Irish folk kind of music, but we got bored really easily. So every song should be different.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it's most of all rock bands are showy. But when I start to participate in this band, I feel like for us, the most important thing is balance.
Yeah.
Not showy, like wow, show technique and just balance and make music is the most important.
Right.
Did you all know each other before you formed the group? And were any of you in other groups previously?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew Jifan for like a couple, almost a year, I think, and then Day One not that much longer. But Jifan and Day One knew each other a long time.
Quite a long time because we graduated at the same school. We studied same design thing, visual communication design, and then yeah, we sometimes worked together, but not music one, design stuff. And then we've been known for like 3 years, and then I broke up with my band, Timmy and the Band, the rock and roll band that I was in as a guitarist there, and I worked it for like almost 8 years. And then we broke up, and I was doing some solo stuff, and then I invited him to be my member,
Oh yeah, okay.
and then George as well.
What sort of activities have you done to make sure that you are as popular as you can be?
Well, I guess one thing we do the Facebook thing, and we don't push that hard on social media. We just try to play lots of concerts, and sometimes we have concerts where there's not many people. But last year we did something we called the Burger Project, which is kind of cool because we have a relationship with a sort of an art space that has a kitchen. And so for 1 month we ran a restaurant that sold burgers. We were trying to make money for the album because I used to be a cook. So I said, well, I can cook burgers. And that was a lot of fun. We didn't practice much that month, but we cooked a lot.
And we didn't earn a lot of money.
Yeah, but we didn't lose money, which is something.
But yeah, well, we didn't lose money
Yeah.
at all. So
Do each of you have a favourite girl group or solo singer?
Favorite girl singer, Jifan?
Oh, favorite girl singer.
Mm-hmm.
Very difficult.
Very difficult.
I'm oldest one, so my culture is not really modern. Like I like 80s rock music and 70s rock music.
What's the woman who has the glasses that is so popular? She looks really young, but she's like 50 now. She's really famous, the Korean
Yang
woman.
Hyun?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I like her. I like her voice a lot. Yang Hyun?
Yang Hyun. Yeah, she's
Isoni?
great. She's
Isoni,
great.
maybe?
Maybe Isoni. Sorry,
Isoni.
she has glasses.
Glasses, yeah. Isoni.
She looks really, exactly.
Yeah.
Isoni, yeah.
I like her too.
I like her a lot.
She's an 80s girl.
She's my favorite, Isoni.
She's not girl anymore anyway.
Well, I prefer older women. So
She's Ajumma now.
I prefer Ajuma.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the same taste
Yeah.
to me. Oh, I didn't know that.
What languages do you speak, and which ones would you love to learn?
I speak English, I speak Korean, I wanna speak Italian.
Italiano.
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 We're in Italy right now. What can you say?
Buongiorno.
What else?
Chi caccia?
Che cazzo?
Fanculo.
Io sono bello. Io sono bello.
That's what I was taught by my friend from Rome, actually. So
Yeah.
they taught me only 2 words. That bad words.
Yeah, only bad words.
Yeah, only bad words.
Jifan, what languages?
I speak Korean, really bad Korean, and I speak
Not that
English,
bad.
really bad English, and I speak French. It's been a really long time I didn't speak French, so I forgot a lot. And I want to learn Spanish because there's some reason I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay.
Okay. We never asked that.
Thank you
Looking to
guys.
push. I speak English. I speak German. I lived in Germany for 2 years, and I speak a little bit of French and Spanish. And I'm learning Korean right now, and it's very difficult to learn Korean. Even though I've studied for 3 years, I'm still not very good at Korean. Compared to learning languages, for an English speaker, learning Korean is much more difficult than learning German or French.
When you're performing, do you ever do any English versions of songs for your international fans?
Making all English-speaking songs. Well, yeah, that sounds fun because we can just translate, not like directly translation, but some different way. So we've done one song already, and then if we have that kind of opportunity to release our album in the UK or
I know, but actually I would prefer to have some Korean just because even if I don't understand the words, I like the way that sometimes Korean sounds. So I like a mix of Korean and English.
I like to.
Sometimes I like to not know the meaning of a song for a while. Like one of our songs that Day One wrote was called Hengjinga, and I was listening to it, just the music, and I had no idea about the meaning. And then I learned maybe a month later that the song that I'd been playing and listening to for a long time was about a really serious topic. It was about the Sewol Ferry. And so for me that was like, whoa, that's cool, So that slow realization is kind of an element of the music that I think it would be good to keep even for English speakers to slowly discover the meaning of a song rather than having it come out right away.
Can you tell us about your latest release? What's the song name? What's the story behind the lyrics?
last album.
Last single.
Last single.
Song. Just a
Last
song.
song. 청산?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that song is actually like the lyric is from Goryeo Dynasty. It's 1,000 years ago, right?
1,200.
1,200 years ago. 청산별곡 means Blue Mountain breakup in a song. That's kind of sad song. So it's like real traditional folk song.
So the lyrics are taken from a sort of an old song.
Yeah, very old song.
And then is the melody also from the song?
No.
So the melody is totally. And so the melody, everything else is totally original. Just the words.
The words
from the
yeah.
old song. And I think it's like really old Korean, right?
Yeah, it's. I don't understand. I don't know
some of the words you don't need to understand.
The word.
Yeah.
Just nowadays people just guess.
And so Korean audiences all know the words because they all studied it in middle
Yeah.
school, right?
The song is about people were really suffered by the government, and then people were kicked out from where they lived, and then people just started to sing a song, and that's the song. I guess that's what people guess now.
What Western singer or group, or both, would you like to collaborate with?
Too many.
Collaborate.
Katsuya.
I know. That's very difficult because I usually listen to heavy music.
Collaborate with a heavy.
With heavy metal?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Really? It's almost impossible, I think.
I'll just tell what you want.
Oh, really? Mars Volta.
Mars Volta.
That's all time.
All right, that's a good one. Mars Volta. I'll go with
How
that.
about you?
Mars Volta is a good one.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Are you surprised that K-pop is so popular outside of Korea now? Why do you think it's so appealing to non-Koreans?
Yeah, of course, that's fantastic, actually. I'm kind of shocked about that kind of situation because I never thought like K-pop will be this big. It's still not too big, but it's way bigger than I imagined.
Maybe 10 years ago, you never
Not
would have guessed.
Like
right?
5 years ago.
5 years ago, you never would have guessed.
Never.
Yeah, even like when I was living in the US and I had no connection whatsoever to Korean culture,
No,
and
at
then
all.
one of my friends like showed me the song. It was
Gangnam Style?
no, it was way before then. It was Sunset Glow.
Ah.
Hangin Noel.
붉은 노을.
붉은 노을.
너를 사랑하네.
I don't know the rest. But I really liked the song, and I would listen to it on repeat. So that's how big it spread. I really had no connection to Korean music whatsoever, but that song,
Yeah.
I think the reason it spread is because of the internet, and it's because the Korean songs in K-pop they know what to do visually. They have really great dancing. They have, really attractive girls showing a lot of legs and things like that. And they have really catchy music. And because of the internet and YouTube, that's why it spread. If before then, it wouldn't have had the chance to spread.
And the K-pop is well produced.
It's well produced.
They are
yeah.
very well
Trained
produced.
a lot.
They're very exactly. They're all extremely talented.
Yes.
And they're the best out of many people, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You have all of these people
I agree.
trying to be there, and then
It's
they're the winners.
It's a really difficult league. I would say.
Right.
What type of things do you like to do in your spare time?
If I could, I'd like to study to make craft beer.
Craft beer.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and I'd like to study how to make bacon, cure meat. That's what I want to do next in Korea, because Koreans do not know how delicious cured meat can be, and that's what I want to do.
If somebody decided to do a video game based on your group, what sort of video game would it be?
I think it would be like a really kind of a vintage side scroller, like Mario Brothers, kind of a 2D game.
Yeah, right, 2D.
But with nice kind of hand-drawn graphics, that kind of game, but still vintagey.
Still vintage.
Yeah, like Street Fighters.
Sure, okay,
2D.
Street Fighter.
Street
2D
Fighter.
That's a good
Street
idea.
Fighter.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Street Fighters.
Because I always when all the games started to turn 3D, then I was like, I was too old for that.
It's not us.
But if today I see a game that's like 2D but looks really nice and colorful, then I'm like, oh, that looks really fun.
Right.
I really enjoy those games because I don't have to learn some complicated all the buttons and everything.
But Street Fighters has got like 6 buttons.
That's true. That's a lot of buttons.
That's a lot of buttons. That's more than nowadays.
It's used to it.
But at least it's at least it's not 3D.
Right.
Like
Yes.
Thank you for answering all of these questions. If you've got any final message for your fans, please say it now.
We just want to say thanks to Adam for doing this interview, and we have a website. The website is monobanmusic.com, and you can also follow us on Facebook, MONOBAN. So okay.
So that's it.
So thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Thank you, K-Pop Korner.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.